Hi, this is Evan with Hi-Pro Strategic. Today we're going to talk about trigger reset and the types of triggers that are out there on guns. So this right here is the Walther PPQ, which is going to be very similar in trigger to the Glock 19, which is called a pre-cocked striker. And the reason they call it a pre-cocked striker is because when you pull the trigger, you pull a little bit of the striker back and then it falls forward. But when you rack it, it pre-cocks the striker back far enough that if it were to fall on its own, it wouldn't make the round in the chamber go off, which makes it safe to carry around in the chamber. So even if you dropped it off of a two-story building, it wouldn't go off. So the way you test a reset on any gun is you make sure it's clear, make sure there's nothing in the magazine, make sure you can see inside the chamber and there's no round in there, okay? You pull the trigger, you hold it, you cycle it, and then this is how you see, or this is how you test the reset, okay? So you let your finger off the trigger until you hear that click. That's the reset on the trigger, okay? Then you pull it, and you can keep doing that. That's the reset. So the reason a reset on a trigger is so important is because the shorter the reset on a trigger, the less error you have to pull the gun off target when you're shooting. So this is a double action, single action, which is the Walther P99, okay? And same thing, so we're gonna pull the trigger, cycle it. Now this is a single action trigger, so the reset on this is super short. See, I didn't even really have to move my finger at all. And every successive shot could be so quick, it could sound like an automatic gun. So now this is also a double action, so you can put it in a double action mode by hitting the decocker, and then that decocks the trigger, so now it's a double action. So now it's heavy poundage trying to force my finger forward all the way down until it fires. And then this is a double action hammer fired gun, and this is the Ruger LCP, and this is probably the longest trigger reset I've seen other than a revolver. So you're gonna pull the trigger, reset it, and then you're gonna let it off. See how far I have to let the trigger forward before it resets it? And that's how you do trigger reset.